My full name is Bruno Lucio Dino Ferrato Hansen, and I live nowhere really. I am forever young, trying to be, 39 forever, and I don't have any kids. I'm just roaming around the planet, discovering different things, meeting different people, living 1,000 different lives, and meeting 1,000 different people. That's me. Before I was sitting in a wheelchair, before I was paralyzed, I used to fight at times. I had a black belt in karate. I was quite aggressive at times. I wasn't afraid to fight. And I used to use the saying, I'm going to snap you in half. And so very ironically, I snapped myself in half. So perhaps that energy, that negativity, or that strength that we project outwards comes back to us in some way. Perhaps. And so I believe I attracted that situation into my life and I snapped myself in half. And life said to me, right, now learn. Losing half of my body has forced me to balance the other areas of my life in a mental and spiritual manner. So, as a human living on this planet, I feel that I've worked things out for my own life. I'm so mentally strong, and the only reason that has come is because of losing my legs physically. You know, my eyesight's sharper, my ears I can hear much better. So that's on a physical sense, but I feel I'm lucky as in I don't analyze or question life too much. I can cruise through life and always be in the right place at the right time. I always have amazing things happen to me. I'm really lucky in that situation. But that comes from believing in luck, or believing in the power of attraction, or believing in attracting the goodness into one's life. And I think that can be seen as luck. So if God himself jumped down in front of me right now and said to me, Bruno, I'll give you back your legs, but I'll take away all that you've learned over the last 13 years. I'll tell God, keep your legs. Because just my experiences from being in a wheelchair and traveling the world in a wheelchair, I've seen life from a different angle. And that's taught me on a spiritual level to just accept and to be happy whatever's coming next. When I first came into the situation of being paralyzed, it was a mental disability because you have to come to terms with something physical. So the ocean fixed a mental side to me that made me then accept the physical limitation that I have of being paralyzed. But it hasn't stopped me from experiencing huge amounts of joy in the ocean, much more than when I was walking or surfing big waves properly. Now when I surf waves, lying down like a bodyboarder, I have bigger joy surfing these waves than I did before. I have bigger joys being in the ocean than I did before. So how does that make sense to the rest of the world? I don't know, but so it's healed me on a physical, spiritual, and emotional capacity. Every human has a disability of some sort. It's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, spiritual. There's a lacking somewhere. If you didn't have this disability, then you would float off and you wouldn't be on planet Earth. That's my philosophy. So we're all here to learn something, whatever that something is. And so it's okay for us humans to all realize that we're actually all a big bunch of fuck-ups in the end of the day, really. at the end of the day, we don't have to be perfect because we're not perfect. And it's okay to make mistakes and to, fall over our own feet and to fall over our own words. We don't have to get shit perfect in life because we'll never get it perfect. The trees aren't perfect. Yeah, they're all wonky and they don't grow straight. Nothing in nature is perfect. So no, we humans, we strive to be perfect, and I don't think perfection exists. So it's okay to have a disability, and deal with it, whatever that is. And that's why for me, I feel lucky to have a physical disability. At least, it's forced me to come to grips with a mental and a spiritual disability. So I got the whole package. I got Christmas all at once. So I'm quite lucky. There are times where I feel really, really free, and there are times where I feel like a caged animal. And that's my personality can flip between the two constraints, if you want to call them, because freedom is actually, it's a trapping in its own right. And I think most humans think they are free, but we're not. We're not as free as we could be. I've been more free lying in a hospital bed for 6 months without moving, with pipes coming out of every part of my body, where my mind has now gone and found freedom. So freedom's it's a strange word. We think we're free because you can walk around in the park. Doesn't mean we're free. Well, I'm not planning to go and create a family. I don't want children, and I don't feel the need to have to go and procreate. I just feel that it's not me. I don't have the drive. I feel I don't have to leave anything behind on this planet. When I leave this planet, that's the end of my line. There's nothing more after me. And I almost see it as a karmic thing, a karmic circle, perhaps. My family now are amazing people. We're a very, very small family. And I've had to encompass many people around the world as my family. So my friends, sometimes complete strangers, have been closer to me than some family members. So my mother and father are amazing. I'm very lucky there. But I'm happy to be the last of my line. Once I go, there's nothing after me.